Hey there folks, John here from Diddy Kong's Quest, and it has been a while again. I know that the last video that I made was actually over 6 months ago now. It was the Siege 2023 recap video, which was just an awesome experience, huge highlight of my year. But the truth is, after that video was published, some things just personally and in my family especially turned a little south for a little while, and we had some pretty difficult things that we had to deal with. And frankly, it kind of sucked all of my creative energy away. And unfortunately, I wasn't really able to do a whole lot for the rest of the year. However, this is a new year. It's 2024. As of recording this video, it is January 2nd, 2024. And so I wanted to make a video early on in the year. And the goal of this video really is to kind of update you guys on some of my favorite pickups from the back half of 2023. There was some good stuff that I was able to get and some stuff that I really enjoyed. But also to lay out the goals of the channel for this year, because this is the year that I really want to kick the channel into gear and get partnered and all of that other stuff. So without further ado, let's talk about what the future of the channel is. Here we go. Okay, so I promised, first of all, that I would talk about some of my favorite pickups from the year. And I went to Digital Press, as I usually do when I'm up in New Jersey every other year, for their Black Friday sale. I got some really cool stuff there. I'm not going to show you all of it, but one of the things that I've gotten into collecting lately is N64 stuff. But not just N64 stuff. I have a decent amount of American stuff. What I have gotten into is collecting Japanese N64 stuff. And that all started with a trip to my local shop, actually, not Digital Press. It's called Press Start Video Games. And it's our local regional shop, and a really great place. They had a bin of N64 games that were just Japanese games. I guess somebody had they picked them up somewhere, and it was just a bunch of duplicates. Like, it had 3 or 4 copies of each game in there. So I went in and I grabbed, had some store credit and grabbed like I think 7 different ones, and took them to the counter. I was like, hey, I know these have been sitting for a while. They've been here for a while, sitting. And would you guys give me a deal on them if I buy like 6 or 7 of these? And so they said, yeah. And so I think they gave me a big stack of them for I think it was 70%, or no, not 70%. I'm sorry, 40% off. And it was most of the ones here. You got Mario Party 1, which you don't need to be able to read Japanese for. Diddy Kong Racing, again, don't need to read Japanese for that. Star Fox 64, Star Fox 64, which again, don't need Japanese. You guys are probably seeing a pattern here. Donkey Kong 64, Wave Race 64, and Mario Kart 64. So these are the games that I got from Press Start. Really happy that I was able to pick those up. And it kind of started me on this this quest to kind of build up the Japanese N64 library. No, it was just kind of an extra thing that I picked up with store credit that day. But when I went to Digital Press, I saw something even cooler. And that was this boxed copy of Yoshi's Story. And this thing is gorgeous. It's in like pristine condition. And I never quite realized how cool looking a lot of the Japanese N64 stuff is. All of the boxes are completely like bespoke and unique. It's not like N64 ones in America where it was the same general design and just had different cover art and then some different screenshots on the back. Like, the entire thing, you can see, is decorated with individual unique art just for the box. And all Japanese N64 games are like this, which is just so cool. But I was able to pick this up. I think the Black Friday deal at Digital Press this year was everything was 20% off. If anybody else happened to go to Digital Press and was to correct me, go for it. I honestly don't remember what I paid for some of this stuff. It's been a while. But I got a really good deal on this copy. And the fact is, Japanese N64 stuff not that expensive for boxed copies of things for the most part. If you look on Mercari, you can get some really interesting deals for like 15, 20 bucks, something like that. Of course, that's before shipping. But this has been my new current obsession, is getting more Japanese N64 stuff boxed, because these boxes are absolutely sick. And then also the instruction booklet on this one specifically, this is Yoshi's Story. And the instruction booklet itself, it feels like it's actually like parchment paper. It's not like the paper that manuals are normally made out of. It feels like it's like storybook paper, which is pretty sweet. So there's a lot of care and attention that go into these N64 games that are from Japan, and I just think that is so cool and so interesting. See if I can get this manual back in here. And so I want more of it. It looks just really, really cool. And then I also made a mistake when I was at their sale, because I was looking really for anything Japanese I could find. I also got a couple of Famicom games. Don't ask me to pronounce them, but this one especially is really fun. And I probably should have looked this up before I started this video, but I don't remember what the name of it is. But there's the title, or the cover, if you want to Google image search it. It's a really, really cool game. But I really love collecting Famicom games when I can. They had some Famicom stuff. They also had some Super Famicom stuff. I actually tried to pick up a Super Famicom version of Super Mario All-Stars for speedrunning. And I got it back to the hotel and I realized, oh wait, this isn't a this isn't a Japanese game. This is actually a PAL game, and PAL games actually run slower than Japanese or American games. And so I was like, well, this isn't good for speedrunning. By the way, I did a whole video on this again. That got the footage, everything. If you guys want me to post that I'm happy to do that as well. But that, I feel like it's old at this point, so I'm kind of just talking about what I got there. But I had this PAL Mario All-Stars, and so I took it back the next day and just was gonna get a refund. But I was walking around and looking at some of the cases, and then I saw something else, which was even cooler. And that is the Japanese version of Blast Corps. Now, for those of you guys that don't know Blast Corps, it is a game where you basically control construction vehicles and solve puzzles by blowing stuff up. And I feel like I didn't sell that game very well, but like, it's a Rare game, like made by Rareware. And it is just so much fun. If you've never given Blast Corps a try, I think it's actually even on the Switch Online service. Highly recommend. This is my favorite N64 game. Bar none, full stop. Lots of great games on the N64. This is the one. And so I went in and I saw this on the shelf, and I had to have it. And so I was able to trade in the Mario All-Stars that I got. Was able to pick this up. I think I ended up paying like $5 more than I did for the Mario All-Stars. And that was a win, because this is awesome. Really happy to have this. By the way, in Japan, this is actually called Blast Dozer, not Blast Corps, which is fascinating. But anyways, there you go. And then the last one of my favorite pickups from the last half of the year is actually Darkwing Duck. And I got this one from a friend. I've been on the lookout for the Disney Afternoon Collection games for a long time. I use that term because that's what they were re-released as a few years ago. But this was the last Disney game that I needed in my collection to have the full set for the NES. And the fact that this came from a friend makes it even better. You can see it's a little bit beat up. It's got some label damage. That is because it was an ex-rental store game, and they actually glued it shut. And so it's actually like super glued shut. Like you can't get the screws out. But I was able to trade some services for it. And get a really, really good deal from a buddy. So that was awesome. So I'm really, really happy to have this Darkwing Duck. Again, it completes a collection, completes a goal for me. And speaking of goals, that might be a good time to segue into what I hope to do this year. Well, my collecting habits are going to change a little bit, because I had an unfortunate experience with my childhood copy of Super Mario Sunshine. Right before we moved. I was backing up all of my old GameCube games, and I put that one in, and just, again, creating backups of it just to make sure nothing got lost in the move, and it would not read the disc. And I held it up to the light, and I could see several little holes where I could see the light coming through, which means that it had disk rot. Now, if you're unfamiliar with what disk rot is, it's something that's happening to a lot of disk-based games right now, because the technology was not ever meant to age or stay around this long. CDs were not meant to be long-term storage, especially consumer-grade CDs, which is what video games are printed on. And the disks are rotting, and so basically what that means is they'll lose a little bit of data at a time. Now, if they were stored in low moisture conditions and weren't exposed to a lot of light, over the course of their lives, they'll last longer. But the reality is, it's going to happen to every disc from back then, every disc-based game from back then, till eventually very, very few, if any of them, actually work. So that kind of changed my mindset on collecting a little bit, and made me think I probably am going to stop collecting disc-based stuff, and I'm probably going to sell what disc-based stuff that I have, before it becomes unusable. And the fact is, the disc-based systems, PS1, PS2, PS3, while I have really fond memories of those systems, especially a lot of nostalgia for the PS1, the fact is, I don't play a lot of those games anymore, because when I was a kid, I was super into JRPGs. As an adult, I don't have a lot of time for JRPGs. And I probably will just never have time to actually play those things again. So I would rather sell them, get them in the hands of somebody that's actually going to enjoy them, and hopefully, somebody else will get enjoyment out of them before they actually just go away and don't work anymore. Now, obviously, the packaging and all, that still works. Obviously, it's not going to go anywhere, but the game itself, not going to work anymore. Also, the collection has gotten a little bit too big. There's a lot of stuff in it that I don't really look at, and so I'm going to be paring some things down. So collecting-wise, that's what 2024 is going to look like. As far as the channel goes, and this is the part that is probably going to be a little bit more of a challenge for me, just because of time and everything else. As far as the channel goes, last year I passed 1,000 subs, which is a goal that I never dreamed that I would do. I'm so appreciative to everybody who watches the channel. I never even really got to make a 1,000 sub video, because it just, life got in the way at the time. And in 2023, I let life get in the way a lot of doing YouTube and making videos for the channel, which is a real shame, because this is a fun thing that I do. I don't do this for subs. I don't do this for money. I don't do this for anything else. This is just a fun thing that I started doing, and was shocked that people really enjoyed what I was making. And so for myself, I want to get back into really making YouTube videos, making stuff that I care about. I really enjoy doing the big history videos and the big heavy research videos. I've had several scripts ready for a long time. I've got one that's been recorded 3 times, that I just need to edit together. But the fact is, those take a long time, and a lot of effort. And I think, as much as I enjoy the product and I enjoy doing them, I need to be doing a lot more little stuff in between. I'm part of a YouTube group, and a lot of those guys have become like actual friends, even though we just met through YouTube. And they've also been encouraging me, hey, it's not about just doing the 1 or 2 like really big videos every year. Just talk about what you love, which is how this channel started out. And I kind of wanting to get more quality out of it and everything, got a little bit off of that. So the goal is to make some more short videos this year, just kind of talking about cool stuff, and talking about some of the useless video game knowledge that I already have in my brain that I don't have to do any research for. In addition to doing several of the longer form videos as well. So we're going to get back to doing that. So overall goals for the channel: do more videos, do some more shorts, also do some stuff to share some of the knowledge and techniques that I have, and some of the editing techniques and things that I know and stuff like that. For those of you guys that don't know, I'm a professional film editor, and so I'm a certified master trainer in DaVinci Resolve, and also in Premiere Pro. I have a lot of things that I think, again, my YouTube group, they've been encouraging me to that I really need to share a lot of this stuff and maybe make some videos and try to help some people out with it. So maybe do some of that kind of stuff. The goal is to end the year with we're at 1,000 subs now. The goal is to end the year with 3,000, and based on just what I know is possible, I don't think that's gonna I don't think that's too much of a stretch. But it will take me actually doing this and actually doing videos weekly or bi-weekly at least, and just talking again to you guys, sharing what I'm doing and those sorts of things. So that's the goal. The goal is to just do YouTube and have fun with it like I used to when I started the channel. I'm so appreciative to everybody who's stuck with me this far. I'm so appreciative to everybody who watches the channel. To all the new subscribers that maybe found the channel because of the NT Mini Noir video, or that how to make your own game boxes video is just, I'm so happy that so many people like that video, and it's helped so many people. I had never in my wildest dreams did I expect people to really love that video as much as they do, and I'm so glad that it's helpful. I just wanted to film my process while I was doing it, and I was kind of documenting it for myself. I wasn't trying to like make this video that I felt like was gonna be like super useful to everybody else, because I thought that, man, this is a really janky way to do this, but it works for me. And yeah, I've been shocked at the response to that video. So, you know, however you found the channel, I do appreciate you. The channel is not dead. It never has been. People that have been watching for a long time probably heard me say that before. I just let life get in the way, and I've decided that I'm done letting life get in the way. So the goal in the year, 3,000 subs, but most importantly, end with a bunch of videos that I've published. The next time you see this room, it will probably look a little bit different lighting wise. This is just the available lighting that's in my basement. I've kind of been dealing with it since I moved in. Most of the rest of the projects in the house are done now, at least the ones that have to be done. So we're gonna fix that. We have my lapel mic is over there, the battery died, but I have some better audio equipment. Got a new rig for my desk over here. That's my computer desk for my workbench over here. That's going to make it way easier for me to film projects that I'm working on. Got some really good upgrades for making content. It's just on me to do it. So that's about it for this channel update. Again, not a huge video, not a big history video, nothing groundbreaking. Just telling you where I'm at. So that's about it from me. Hopefully you can expect to see me back here in a week, 2 weeks tops, and we'll get going, we'll get rolling, and start the channel growing again. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Do all that YouTube stuff, and I'll see you all next time.